Thank you for attending this short brief on behalf of the Armed Forces Community Academy, brought to you by the British Training Board. My name is Anthony Raby, and I'll be taking you through the first part of this brief. This brief concerns the truth behind leaving the military from personal experience and from research. Without preparation, it can be a difficult jump, and even with preparation, it can be also a difficult thing to do. We'll point out a number of thought-provoking comments for you to discuss and maybe consider your options. Sometimes the truth does hurt. We have no intention whatsoever to patronise or embarrass individuals. We simply feel that we need to assist you in your preparation. The military career path is similar in many ways to the civilian career path, especially in larger businesses. However, the salary expectations are completely different, and it is sometimes difficult for us to gauge exactly where we need to be on our next career path. Salary expectations, for example, are completely different. As you will see, this slide represents figures from 2017 through to 2018 for a soldier's salary from start through to reaching the rank of WO1. And as we go through the presentation, you will see that civilian organisations completely differ, as previously mentioned. One of the main things to be aware of in regards to military rank and salary is that it is gained exactly through 22 years, or rather up to 22 years and further, of military knowledge and military education. And in many civilian organisations, this in fact isn't even recognised. So the reason behind the Armed Forces Community Academy and indeed the British Training Board is to allow you to extend your civilian knowledge by bringing your military qualifications and military experience into line with your civilian counterparts. One of the things we've been asked about over the last couple of years is how to manage people's expectations. Well, in the military, we are used to a regular income, career stability, and teamwork. We're also usually pretty good when it comes to punctuality and actually being diligent. We've got a planned audit of what we do, we have standards and usually direction. But most importantly, we're educated to quite a high level and we get professional development such as maths, CLM and particularly training courses. So we have an idea of what to expect in regards to management of expectations. The next step is the big move into HQ CivDiv, or becoming a civilian. This slide represents a rough figure for a staff sergeant having completed his or her career. The lump sum they're going to achieve, £65,000 tax-free, an automatic pension of £12,000 a year, which works out at £1,000 a month, gross obviously being prior to tax and national insurance. Unfortunately, a lot of personnel leaving the military don't put any money to one side, so sometimes, very often, they actually leave with no savings. So therefore, they're leaning quite heavily on the lump sum. In this case, we've decided that we're going to use our gardening leave to prepare for our discharge. After all, we need a break. We've worked hard enough for it. So we're going to do everything we need during our gardening leave. We're going to job hunt. We're going to prepare our CVs. We're going to study for qualifications to meet the civilian requirements, having noticed that there are different requirements in regards to civilian organisations to what the military provide us with. We have to learn straight away to deal with rejection. For example, 100 CVs sent out, only one reply. Does that mean we've had one success and 99 failures? Or 99 people who haven't had the opportunity to actually speak with us, so it's technically their loss? You can think about that. So we've decided to do everything whilst on gardening leave. Well, experience and research has demonstrated that many service leavers decide to take a break or retiring to clear their debts and relax, only to discover then that gaining the dream job is not as easy as anticipated, because the qualifications they've achieved in the services, regardless of rank and experience or time served, will not get them that lifestyle choices they feel they deserve. This can be detrimental. And taking a look at this one, you'll notice the terminal grant we discussed earlier, £65,000. What could you do? Pay your bills, have a good holiday, indeed pay the mortgage off. Well, after that you've got no money left, but all the bills are paid. In this case, we're now going to be living on our £1,000 a month income, and we'll be able to maintain our standard of living. Now, this is not a realistic expectation. On the flip side, we've prepared prior to leaving the military, and a few things that we are fully aware of. You know your discharge date, and normally you know who your replacement is. You've done your handover takeover notes, or in this case, simply a handover, and you need to start thinking about yourself, your own future, and ask yourself a number of things. In this example, we've demonstrated a possible outcome if you've already done job research and you've been accepted for a position prior to departing your service. A few things you may need to do, or you may have already done, is retrain. You certainly will be inducted for the new role when you actually start the job. You might be then in a position to use your pension as a secure income. For example, if you haven't paid off your mortgage, which incidentally is something I wouldn't suggest you do. Sort out your household bills, but you will be able to maintain a standard of living. And as you can see in the box to the right hand side, with a turnover grant, as we discussed earlier, of £65,000, clear your major debts, book a holiday. Don't clear off your mortgage. Again, that's not advice, that's just a bit of guidance. With the remaining £50,000, you've got savings for a second career, but you've also got £1,000 a month sat to one side for your rent or your mortgage. Now, one of the questions to ask yourself is, where do I want to be as a second career? What employment do I want? For example, do I want a management position? If I do, what do I need? I need time. I need time to write my CV. I need skills to write my CV. I need to understand how to search for jobs, what qualifications I need to suit the role, and can I prove experience in the particular role, which, believe it or not, is quite difficult to do. We've already dealt with rejection briefly, and that will be talked about later on. Do you need to be optimistic or pessimistic? And again, that's something you can discuss. Salary expectations, £30,000 to £40,000 gross is what many people that we've spoken to the last couple of years think that they're actually going to achieve. However, research on local averages and local opportunities, depending on where you wish to settle, can change your optimistic expectations to about 50% of what you actually need, especially if no prior planning or preparation has gone into it. And we all know about the 7 P's. Incidentally, there's only 6 P's as a civilian. So what can we actually do for you? Well, the Armed Forces Community Academy was specifically designed to assist you in the big jump into Civilian Street. With the aid of awarding bodies who understand what we've done, proven case studies, and indeed personal experience, we are able to turn your military qualifications and military experience into recognised civilian qualifications and awards. This will hopefully then put you into a better stead when it comes to job search. You may not need to sit full courses. You may save yourself a lot of time and effort, and indeed money, by not sitting on unnecessary training courses, being taught, as they say, to suck eggs. Okay, what do we need from you? Well, communication is always a good start. So we will look at your military experience, your military qualifications. We will put them into a pot along with whatever selected civilian qualifications we feel or you feel through communication that you may need. We will see if they're achievable with your military qualifications and experience, and then we effectively bring them together. There is sometimes a little bit more work to be done on your behalf, but not usually as much as would have been taken if you were to sit the full course of training. Incidentally, the British Training Board logo was designed to have military on one side and civilian on the other. And what the skills translation, British Training Board, and indeed the Armed Forces Community Academy are able to do is fill the gap in between to bring the both parties together. We believe, and we have proved by a number of case studies, that civilians and military are very well complemented insofar as qualifications gained during the military through experience are readily accepted in civilian organisations as long as they have been translated into a language that civilians understand. Thank you. Thank you for your attention during this brief. We look forward to helping you to gain a better step onto the civilian ladder. And we wish you all the best in the future. The regional manager or the person briefing will now take any questions. Thank you for your time.